By 2050, 2/3 of humanity will live in cities. But as climate volatility increases, rigid concrete structures are struggling to adapt to extreme weather. On a sandy riverbank in India, a fully functioning megacity offers a radical alternative, a metropolis built entirely out of temporary tents. This is the Kumbh Mela. Its creation is dictated by a strict astrological deadline known as Kumbh Yoga. When Jupiter, the Sun, and the Moon lock into specific zodiac signs, the event must happen. Because the cosmos doesn't offer extensions, human engineering has to fill the gap. Planners are forced to execute the rapid creation of a settlement that rivals the scale of entire nations. The 2025 gathering takes place on the shifting floodplains of Prayagraj. This specific geography gives the entire operation a strict 45-day functional window. This chart tracks the demographic footprint of the 2025 Mahakumbh. Organizers initially expected 450 million pilgrims. But as the teal bar on the far right shows, the actual turnout exceeded 660 million people. That density doesn't arrive in a steady stream. Specific dates, called Shahi Snan, compress tens of millions of people into tiny spatial bottlenecks along the water's edge at the exact same time. Designing a temporary 10,000-acre city to survive this kind of massive population density requires abandoning traditional construction methods entirely. In just 5 to 6 months, engineers lay out a massive grid consisting of over 400 kilometers of temporary roads and 150,000 tents. Moving millions of people across unpredictable river currents requires a specialized solution, the modular pontoon bridge. Instead of rigid pylons, engineers use 3,308 floating buoys. They flex independently to handle shifting rivers and the rolling weight of the crowd. If a choke point forms, units can rapidly detach bridge sections, slide them into parallel alignment, and widen the path on demand. By designing structures that bend and reassemble, the city becomes highly resilient to extreme population surges and environmental shifts. While the physical structures are temporary, the city's brain is completely modern. A digital surveillance grid watches the grounds using 2,750 AI-powered cameras and underwater drones. During the Mauni Amasya bathing date, roughly 50 million people arrive simultaneously. The AI system tracks the flow of these bodies in real time, allowing officials to dynamically reroute crowds and prevent stampedes. Sustaining human life at this scale requires massive physical logistics, over 10,000 sanitation workers, subsidized food distribution networks, and 11 fully functional hospitals. By blending ancient pilgrimage routes with smart city logistics, organizers achieve high-tech efficiency completely independent of permanent infrastructure. Then, the 45-day window ends. The celestial alignment closes, the pilgrims achieve their karmic clearing, and the massive population drains away from the riverbanks. The teardown process is aggressive and systematic. Crews unlink the pontoon bridges, fold up the tents, and dismantle the temporary electrical grid. Within months, the 10,000-acre megacity vanishes, leaving no physical trace on the environment. The engineering marvel of the Mahakumbh relies heavily on this purposeful design for total ecological erasure. Returning to the rigid cities struggling against a changing climate, their inability to handle sudden mass displacement stands in stark contrast to the extreme elasticity of the Kumbh. The Kumbh introduces the concept of impermanence as urban intelligence. It proves that the act of purposeful unbuilding is a necessary feature of resilience. The logistical frameworks tested here, modular grids, dynamic floating transit, and pop-up AI tracking, offer a tested blueprint for handling disaster relief, refugee housing, and climate adaptation. To survive an unpredictable future, human settlements must evolve from designing monuments built to last forever to creating agile systems that adapt perfectly to the moment.